Hello my dear student, I am your science teacher and today we are going to start your next chapter, chapter 15, soil. Soil is one of the most important natural resources. It supports the growth of plants which are very important for the existence of life. It is also the home for many small animals. Soil is essential for agriculture. Agriculture provides food, clothing and shelter for all. Soil is thus an inseparable part of our life. But process of formation of soil is not a simple process. It takes 500 or more years to form 1 centimeter thick layer of the soil. As we know that other natural resources like air, water, forest, etc. are badly affected by human action. But do human action also have an adverse effect on soil? Let us study in this chapter. Formation of soil. The process of soil formation takes thousands of years. It begins with the breaking up of rock into small pieces by various agents of weathering. Weathering is a process in which rock break up due to the action of heat, cold, wind, frost, rain, etc. Other agents like snow, sea, water, river, water also have a profound effect on soil formation in coastal area and on mountains. Weathering is of two types: physical weathering and chemical weathering. Physical weathering. Physical weathering is carried out by the physical factors such as the temperature, water and winds. During rain, water enters in the cracks and cavity of the rocks. In winter, this water freezes into ice and expands. The expansion expert an outward force and the rock breaks into smaller pieces. These smaller rock pieces roll down with the flowing water or winds. While rolling down, they stick against each other and form very fine particles. These fine particles are carried by rain and river water to various places. As we know that heat causes expansion in matter, therefore large variation in the day and night temperature also leads to physical weathering of rocks. Chemical weathering. Rocks are consisted of many minerals. When these minerals come into contact with the moisture and oxygen, they get oxidized. This makes the rock brittle, which then crumble for the soil. When this rock are constituted by many minerals, and when the powdered rock get mixed with dead remains of plants and animals form soil. Dead remains soil of plant and animal for the fertile part of soil is called humus. The plant and animals remains in the soil is decayed by the action of bacteria, fungi and protozoa and gets converted into the fine particles. Burrowing animals help in lodging the soil. Earthworms feed on soil and grind its excrete make the soil fertile. Soil profile. The uppermost layer of crust is soil. Composition of soil is not similar throughout. In fact, it varies at different depth. When you dig a ditch or a trench or visit a place where digging is being done, you will see the layer structure of the soil. Thus, a vertical section showing distinct layer of soil is called soil profile. The distinct layer of the soil are referred to as a horizon. Each horizon is differ in field, color, depth and chemical composition. A typical soil profile as a following horizon. O horizon. It is a topmost layer of the soil. It is mostly made up of a leaf litter and partially decomposed organic matter. In the forest, it is most prominent layer where there is a accumulation of debris fallen from trees. Topsoil or a horizon. This layer of the soil is located below the O horizon. It is usually dark in color and contain very fine particles of rocks. It is rich in humus, which makes the soil fertile. Humus is rich in plant nutrient. This layer of the soil is soft, porous, and can hold more water. A horizon of topsoil is home for many living organisms such as worm, beetle, and moles. Subsoil or B horizon. The layer just below the topsoil is subsoil or B horizon. It has less humus but more minerals. This layer is slightly harder and more compact. It is lighter in color than topsoil. Deep rooted plant receive minerals from the horizon. C horizon. This layer of soil is also known as a rhizome. It is consists of small pieces of rock with cracks and crevices. It does not contain any humus, hence it is not fertile. It consisted of slightly broken up bedrock. Bedrock or D horizon. Below C horizon is a solid rock called bedrock. This layer provides a base to other layer. Bedrock is also called parent rock. These soil formation materials are derived from weathering of this layer. It means formation of soil is depending on weathering. Weathering is two types: physical weathering and chemical weathering. Then we are discuss soil profile. Soil profile is a O horizon, topsoil, subsoil, C horizon, and D horizon. We also study these types of soil. Soil is one of the abiotic component of environment. The word soil is derived from the word solium, which means earthy material. The main component of the soil is obtained from the rock from which it is formed. The minerals present in the different rock impart different color or different soils. Also, some rock break into very small particles, whereas other break into larger particles. Thus, topsoil mainly consists of three kinds of rock particles: clay particles, silt particles, and sand particles. Clay particles, these are very fine particles and smooth in touch. Silt particles, these particles are slightly bigger than clay particles. Sand particles, these are larger than slight particles. Sand particles are rough in touch. Depending upon the propagation of rock particles, soil are of three types. Sandy soil. Sandy soils means बलुई मिट्टी, जिसे हम रिवर गंगाज आदि के जो किनारे पाए जाते हैं उन्हें सैंडी सॉइल कहते हैं. This soil has large propagation of sand particles. Silt and clay particles are present in very small amount. Since sand particles are large in size, therefore these particles have large gaps between them. Due to these large gaps, water is easily imported through this soil, but it can hold much amount of air. The sandy soil cannot hold water, therefore it is not suitable for plant growth. This type of soil found in desert. Clay soil. This type of soil has large proportion of clay and very small quantities of sand and silt. These particles of clay are very fine, therefore they are very closely packed, leaving almost no gaps between them. So it can hold water but cannot hold much air. There is, therefore, it is also not good for plant growth because it is does not provide proper air for the root plant growth because it is not provide proper air for the root to breathe. This soil is used potter to make idols and pots. Bricks are also made by this soil. Yes, सैंडी सॉइल्स, इस सॉइल में जो होता है वो वाटर को रोकने की कैपेसिटी नहीं होती और वो एयर को भी ज़्यादा अपने पास नहीं रखता है. क्ले सॉइल में क्या होता है, ये वाटर को कंट्रोल करने के तो कैपेसिटी रखती है बट इसमें एयर नहीं होता. ठीक है. सैंडी सॉइल में बलुई मिट्टी, क्ले सॉइल जिसे हम बंजर कहते हैं जिसमें प्लांट वगैरह नहीं ग्रो कर पाते हैं. देन लोमी सॉइल. Loamy soil is consist of clay, silt and sand particle in right proportion. Therefore, the space between its particles are neither very large nor very small. So, it has a capacity to hold water and well as the air. Loamy soil is a good for forming gardening plant grow well in this soil. It means loamy soil में क्या होता है, इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा इसके जो पार्टिकल होते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा बड़े भी नहीं होते और बहुत ज़्यादा छोटे भी नहीं होते हैं. ठीक है. तो इसमें जो होती है वो गार्डनिंग करने की कैपेसिटी बहुत अच्छी होती है. इसमें वाटरिंग और एयर दोनों प्रॉपर मात्रा में जितनी होनी चाहिए उतनी मिलती है. प्रॉपर्टीज़ ऑफ सॉइल. द नेचर ऑफ सॉइल कैन बी अंडरस्टैंड बाय ऑब्जर्विंग फॉलोइंग प्रॉपर्टीज़ ऑफ द सॉइल. द वेरी गुड क्वालिटी of properties in soil absorption of water. Absorption of water. Different soil have different water holding capacity. It means quantity of water absorbed is different for the different kind of soil. We can understand by performing the following activities. Second, percolation rate of water. Percolation describe the rate at which water passes down through any materials. In fact, it tells about how porous a material is. In other words, it is tell about porosity of a material. Third, moisture. Soil contain water in the form of moisture. The amount of moisture is the soil depend upon the season and location. The presence of moisture in soil can be confined by performing following activities. The moisture content of a soil simple is expressed in the percentage. Therefore, moisture content of soil equal to mass of the moisture divided by mass of the soil sample into 100. Soil and crops. Soil and crops are closely related with each other. The types of soil along with the climatic factor of a place determine the crops that can grow well at that place. As different soil is made up from different type of rock which are found at different places. Therefore, soil of different places is different in nature. For example, the type of soil found in a plains of UP, Bihar and West Bengal is different from the type of soil is found in southern states for Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Some combination of crop and soil are as follows. Both wheat and grain crops grow well in clay as well as loamy soil. Paddy crops require soil rich in clay and organic matter because this kind of soil has a good capacity to retain water. Crops of pulses require a soil which can dry water easily. Loamy soil is suitable for this purpose. Cotton crop required less water and lot of air. So it grows well in sandy loams or loamy soils. Sandy loams is a combination of sandy and loamy soils.